Hi everyone, I hope you are all fine and I hope you are enjoying your time at home. Luckily, as you all know, about half of your curriculum has already been cancelled. So now you have to study only Unit 9, 10 and 11 for your exam. So far, we have already covered all these units at school. Now let's revise the important structures that is covered within your curriculum. Unit 9 is talking about the reported speech. First of all, you have to differentiate between the actual words and the reported words. The actual words, notice here, these quotation marks. I say, I'm going to the cinema now. Tom said to Mark. Who said these words? Tom. So he was saying, I am going. He's talking about himself. When I want to report what he said, I will say, Tom told Mark that he was going to the cinema then. What I've just done now is reporting what he said, okay, in my way. I say Tom told Mark that he was going to the cinema then. I used the introductory verb told. And told has to be followed by an object. So I said Tom told Mark blah blah blah. There's a difference between Tom told Mark and Tom said. When I said Tom said, I said Tom said that he was going. So I didn't mention here Mark because said is not followed by an object. So some of the introductory verbs have to be followed by objects and others have not to be followed by objects. Okay? Here I say Tom says that he is going to the cinema now. When I said says, the introductory verb here is in the present form. So I didn't shift the tense. I said he is going. So if the introductory verb is in the past, I shift the tense. What is shifting? Shifting is going from the present to the past. I go one step back. So if I'm in the present simple, I will be in the past simple. If I'm in the past simple, I will be in the past perfect. Past perfect, stop. Present continuous, past continuous, past continuous, past perfect continuous, stop. Modal in the present, modal in the past, like may, might, can, could, shall, should, etc. Okay? So here there's shifting. I said Tom told Mark that he was going. Am going, shifted into was going. Okay? And here the adverb of time now turn it into then. Now turn it into then. So these are the main aspects that I am talking about here. The introductory verb, the linker, shifting, and the adverb of time. Okay? So far we said introductory verbs are two types, followed by an object and not followed by an object. Here, the linker, that is optional, either to be put or not. And the adverb of time has to be changed from now into then. Yesterday, the previous day, etc. If the introductory verb is present, keep the tense. What I mean of keep the tense, don't shift. Present continuous, still present continuous as it is. And don't shift the adverb of time. When I start with Mark, I said, Mark was told that Tom was going to the cinema then. What it is? Yes. Mark is the person who was told the information. He is not the speaker, he is the receiver. But Tom is the speaker. So I said Tom told Mark. But if I started with Mark, it became passive. So I said Mark was told that Tom was going to the cinema then. Okay? This is a statement that ends in a period here. Okay? Number 2, open your books, page 9, said the teacher. When I wanted to report it, I said the teacher ordered. So the introductory verb here is ordered. Why I chose ordered? Because it conveys the meaning of the message carried here. Open your books. So this is an order. So the introductory verb has to suit the sentence. The teacher ordered. Ordered whom? Ordered the students. Ordered them to. So in the order, open, I used the linker to open their books, page 9. So no shifting because I used the to, and the to is always followed by infinitive. In the third example, I said, don't forget your books, said the teacher. The teacher warned because he said, don't forget. So this is warning. So I use the introductory verb, warned. The teacher warned the students not to. I used not to because here it was what? Don't. So don't. I used the linker not to. And the not to is followed by infinitive. Okay? Not to forget their books. So this is the statement, this is the order, and this is the negative order. Number 4, let's go to the park. Let's go to the park. This is called what? It's called a suggestion. So I say, my friend suggested. So what is the reporting verb here? Suggested. And as you all know, the verb suggested is followed by gerund form. Verb ends in ing. So I say, my friend suggested going to the park. And there is another way. I may say, my friend suggested that. And when I put that, any that in English has to be followed by a complete sentence. What the meaning of complete sentence? We put here a subject, then a verb. Okay? The verb form that comes after suggested will be what? Will be infinitive or should infinitive. Infinitive or should infinitive. Okay? This goes only with suggested? No. This goes with suggested, recommended, insisted. It's essential, it's crucial. Okay? So, now, number 5. Do your parents know you are here? He said. Do your parents know you are here? He said. This is what? This is a question. Okay? So the reporting verb that is suitable to a question is asked. Okay? I may use asked. I may use wanted to know. I may use inquired. And I may use wondered. All of them means asked. Okay? But what is the difference? Asked may be followed by an object. So I can say asked me or asked and stop. Okay? But the 3 of these verbs can't be followed by an object. So here, no object. But asked may be followed by an object. So, he asked me. And I use the linker if or whether. So, if is correct and whether is correct. He asked me if my parents knew I was there. Here, changed into there. This is called the adverb of place. Here, change it into there. Okay? So again, I use the introductory verb asked. And I linked with the verb, with the keyword if or whether. Okay? Because this is a yes-no question. This is a yes-no question. Okay? And I shifted the tense. Here, do, know, present simple. It became new, past simple. Okay? You are became I was. I changed the pronoun you into I, and the are, present, changed into was, past. Okay? What about number 6? It's a question as well. Okay? Yes, no question. Have you heard about the party? Have you heard about the party? Said Ali. So, I say, Ali asked if or whether, I had heard. So here it was present perfect turned into past perfect. Why I've written these two examples? To notice the difference. If verb to do is the helping verb, it's hidden in the reported question. Okay? But here, verb to have became what? Became had. So only verb to do is hidden in the reported question. Why do you want to travel abroad? Said that. This is a question. But it's not a yes/no question. It's what? It's a WH question. Starting with the word what? Why. Why do you want to travel abroad? When I retell the question, I will say, Dad asked, and I connected with the word what? Why. The same question word used. So, Dad asked why I wanted to travel abroad. Dad asked why I wanted to travel abroad. Why do you want? Present simple became wanted, past simple. And I connected using why. Okay? The most important point in the reported question is to start with the subject before the verb, not like the question. In the question, I start with the helping verb, then the subject. But in the reported question, you put the subject before the verb. And this is the most important point about the question. Okay? So far, the reported speech. We report a statement, we report order, negative order, yes, no question, and WH question. In the statement, I use the suitable reporting verb, and then I put that, and it's optional, either to be put or not. In the order, I use the linker to, followed by infinitive, and it can't be omitted. In the negative order, I use the linker not to, followed by infinitive. Has to be put, can't be omitted. And I have to choose a suitable introductory verb. In the yes/no question, I connect using the introductory verb ask or any of these. Okay? Then in the yes/no question, I use if or whether. In the WH question, I use the same question word to link with. Okay? Think. Okay. For Unit 10, the grammar is very easy. The difference between the past perfect simple and the past perfect continuous. Okay? As you all know, this is the timeline of tenses. Here is the present, this is the area of past, and this is the area of future. Okay? Ignore these two now and concentrate here. Past. If I'm talking about only one action in the past, one single action in the past, it's called past simple. It's called past simple. Okay? If I'm talking about two actions happened in the past, the first of them is called past perfect, and the second is called the past simple. So only a point in the past, past simple. Two actions, and I want to put them in order. The first of two is called past perfect simple. Okay? If the first action took a duration before the second action happens, it's called past perfect continuous. Okay? Here are the examples. Number 1. After I had finished my homework, I watched TV. Here I have two actions. Finishing the homework, okay, or doing the homework, and watching TV. What happened at first? Finishing the homework happened at the first, okay? And then watching TV. So this is the first action, the earlier action, and this is the second action. The second is put in the past simple, okay? And the first is put in the past perfect. Past perfect is formed of what? Had plus PP. Had plus PP. So after I finished the first action, I did the second. After I had finished my homework, I watched TV. Okay? Here, I focus on the sequence. What the meaning of sequence? Putting actions in order. Putting actions in order. Okay? So here, after this happened. Here, I say, by midnight, I had written 2 articles. By midnight means before midnight comes. What happened? I had written 2 articles. So here, this action was completely finished before midnight. So the focus is on the completion of the action. For number 3, I had cleaned the house so it looked tidy. I had cleaned, this is the first action. What happened? It looked tidy. So this is the effect of the first action. The first action is cleaning the house. The effect of it, it looked tidy. So I use the past perfect to express sequence of 2 events happened in the past. Okay? To focus on the completion of the action that happened in the past before a specific time. Okay? And to focus on the effect. And the effect as well is in the past. Okay? I had needed a drink before I went out. Before, so there's a sequence. The first action, needed a drink. The second action, went out. The verb needed is a stative verb. So I can't say I'm needing or I was needing. So it has to be put in the simple tense. I have here simple tense and sequence to put events in order. The first one came in the past perfect simple. Number 5. By midnight, I had been writing for 2 hours. By midnight, the time that the action was completed. I had been writing. Here I didn't say I had written. So the past perfect simple is formed of what? Had plus PP. Okay? But here I said had been writing. This is called what? Past perfect continuous. How we form it? Had plus been plus verb ends in ing. And as you all know, the ing refer to an action in progress. An action in progress. So I want here to focus on the duration that the action took to be completed. By midnight, I had been writing for 2 hours. This is called what? Duration. So in the past perfect simple, I just mentioned the action. But in the past perfect continuous, I focus on the duration that the action took to be completed before a specific time or a specific action. Okay? Number 6. They had been quarreling all night. So all night refers to duration. All night. So the action had been in progress. So what is the effect of this? I couldn't sleep. The effect is in the past. Okay? Thank you. Grammar Unit 11 is talking about the future continuous. What is the future continuous? It's talking about an action that will be in progress at a specific time in the future. Okay? An action that will be in progress at a specific time in the future. This time next Monday. So here, this is called a duration. And this duration will be in the future. This time next Monday. What's going to happen? I will be watching the match. I will be watching the match. Okay? So how I form the future continuous? Will be plus verb ends in ing. Okay? I use it to focus on the duration, that the action will be in progress and in the future. Okay? This is the first usage. Number 2, the world's temperature will still be rising. Will still be rising. What the meaning of still? Still means the action is happening now and it will continue in the future. So I say the world's temperature will still be rising in the future. But the second usage for an action that's happening now and will continue in the future. Number 3, I can't attend your birthday party as I will be visiting my aunt. Here, I give you an excuse, justification. I can't attend your party. Why? As I will be visiting my aunt at the same time of what? At the same time of your party. So sorry, I can't attend. Number 4, in 50 years, people will be living on the moon. In 50 years, people will be living on the moon. This is called what? This is called a predicted action to happen in the future. Okay? So I say in 50 years, people will be living. This action will be ordinary in the future. Okay? If I'm sure about it, I will say will be living. If I'm not sure, I will say may. So not only will is used for the future continuous. I may use will and I may use may. Okay? Will if I'm sure about the action. May if I'm not sure, possible to happen. So I can say in 50 years, people will be living on the moon or people may be living on the moon. The last usage for the future continuous is polite request for something. Will you be using your camera tomorrow? What do you mean, will you be using your camera tomorrow? It means that I need it. And I want to ask for it from you, but in a polite way. So I say, will you be using it tomorrow? Okay, so this is the last usage of the future continuous. Only 5 usage have to be memorized well. Thank you.